This is me, Dick Strawbridge, my wife Angel, and our 2 children in our glorious French chateau.
We haven't ever regretted what we've done. It is so worth it.
We moved here 3 years ago to follow our dream of living life in our very own castle.
Oh my God!
But it's not been easy.
I think I'm a bit too old for this.
As dozens of other Brits know only too well.
Oops. Floor needs replacing as well.
Because it turns out we're not the only expats who have bought a French chateau.
Oh, it's your hand.
Yeah, don't worry, I've got another one.
Wow, absolutely love it.
25-year-old Bordeaux.
Motherload!
In this series, we'll reveal how we're running our chateau as a business.
There's not a thing about making sausages that I don't find humorous.
I'm still finding things that I haven't seen.
And see how these daring Brits are running theirs.
Oh, whoa. This place is done up.
As they face the ups
It's really beautiful.
This is a rare moment, but I am genuinely at peace.
and downs
It's a lot worse than it looks.
of their new lives in these crumbling and magnificent buildings.
It is a bit of a fantasy, living in a French chateau.
We might have a few problems on the way, but that's part of life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Today, with winter and bad weather approaching,
And there are leaks there.
one chateau is in a race against time to fix its roof.
That water is going to rot the woodwork, and so eventually the floors are going to give way. There's no question this work has to be done.
But an attempt to raise the funds to pay for it faces bad weather of its own.
So now it really is over. There's no point carrying on.
One chateau couple embark on a new business plan,
Should have done this years ago. We just never figured out how to.
which brings some pleasant surprises.
It's really tender, it's caramelised, falls off the bone.
I might not share it with you.
And as one woman prepares to put on a weekend of fun and games at her chateau,
Do you think that looks appetising for the ice cream?
things don't go to plan.
Catastrophe has struck. One of the girls didn't make it onto the aeroplane. Maman, we have a bit of a girl situation. Charlie's missed her flight.
I'm Dick Strawbridge, engineer and former Lieutenant Colonel in the British Army. With my wife Angel, we've been renovating our chateau into a home and business.
This is my calling in life.
It's not been easy,
I think I'm a bit too old for this.
so we can certainly relate to other chateau owners struggling to make their businesses work. 220 miles northeast of us sits Château de Lys.
For me, I must admit, it's a combination of, the Addams family and sort of, 40 Towers. And it's gorgeous. It's completely lovely.
It's owned by Brit Tim and his Dutch wife, Margreeth.
We sort of met each other in Holland about 25 years ago, I think, something like 25 years ago?
26 already.
26, is it? OK. I used to be a musician, and she was a teacher.
They gave up everything for this place when they bought it in 2013.
I'd said goodbye to the band. I sort of told them I was going to leave, and they got someone else in.
And I quit my job.
They've been running this place as a B&B, but it hasn't been making them enough money. So they visited Angel and I at our place for some advice.
Hi! How are you?
And now they've decided to start putting on weddings at their chateau.
Should have done this years ago. We just never figured out how to.
I feel very optimistic about it. I think the preparations of the weddings will be a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And the weddings themselves, of course, are going to be amazing to be a part of.
A different sort of work. It's far more creative, and it's far more. It's making people happy.
Located just an hour's drive from Calais, in the Picardy region, they think their chateau will appeal to Brits looking for something special.
You don't need a whole day's driving. In a few hours, you can be here. So it makes it quite a perfect wedding venue, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
We're looking into offering a real package deal. So the people just have to turn up and get married and be happy. And it's going to be totally customized to how they see their perfect day.
But that takes a lot of work. So Tim and Margreeth have a busy weekend planned, meeting the suppliers and setting up their new business. And if it wasn't enough, there's a big party planned for Tim tomorrow.
We organize a weekend just for our friends. You know, cooking together, eating together, drinking together. You know, when you have a normal house, you never have a chance to do that.
Ah, bonjour.
Bonjour.
So there's a lot to get done today. First, a meeting with potential florist Jessica Flay, who could supply the flowers for the weddings.
Selon les périodes, c'est pas toujours les mêmes fleurs.
Non.
Après, l'été, on peut profiter de l'épivoine, on peut profiter de la rose, du lys.
It's essential that Tim and Margreeth get reliable local suppliers on board.
Donc normalement, c'est le robe des mariages et la préférence des couples qui décidaient pour les fleurs.
Ils choisissent leur couleur, leur thème, et puis on voit en fonction avec les fleurs.
Très bien. Petit.
We are very aware that every couple has individual ideas. Margreeth needs Jess to be flexible when it comes to styling the arrangements.
D'accord, c'est la grande mode en ce moment.
Oui, le mode c'est shabby, vintage, champêtre.
Comme le château.
Comme le château, oui.
Okay. Well, merci beaucoup.
De rien.
Thank you. And oh, c'est le...
Looks like they've secured a supplier who's on board with their ideas.
Oui, moi aussi.
Merci, à la prochaine.
À la prochaine.
Merci beaucoup.
Au revoir.
I think it's going to be really, really nice cooperation with her.
Yeah, she's great.
Next on the agenda, sorting a caterer to do the wedding food.
Bonjour.
Ça va?
Très bien, et vous? Bonjour.
They've driven just 7 miles up the road to the 500-year-old L'Étoile du Jour restaurant for a menu tasting with the owner, Christopher.
We use fresh product and we work with local producers.
I think it's really good that you're using the regional products and the regional recipes, because I think that's exactly what people that have an English wedding in France are looking for.
Fingers crossed the food lives up to expectations. The starter, a classic French terrine, followed by a local crab dish. Problem is, Margreeth's a vegetarian.
It looks very pretty. It looks really, really nice.
This is delicious. Really lovely. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Well, this is lovely, isn't it? I mean,
It's
I
amazing.
feel very spoiled. I mean, yeah.
You are spoiled, and
I
you're
am.
so lucky that I'm a vegetarian.
I am.
Now the main course, lamb shank. Poor Margreeth.
It's really tender. It's caramelised. It falls off the bone. Flavour's fantastic. Gravy matches it. I mean, you don't get any better than this. It's great.
We get it, Tim. It's delicious. Luckily, dessert is something Margreeth can sink her teeth into.
The dessert, it's a two chocolate cake.
Well, I'm going to give this to my wife because she hasn't anything to eat yet, and then whatever she doesn't eat, I'm going to eat.
I'll just have a little
Yes, I'll have a bit up. So
bit to try. I might not share it with you. I don't think you're going to like it.
I think I might do. I'm sort of want to learn how.
I mean, chocolate cake. You're not really into chocolate cake.
Looks like they enjoyed it. Will these guys be their wedding caterers? Well, that was absolutely fantastic. It's the beginning of a good symbiotic relationship which will hopefully endure.
They're in business.
So that was really nice.
Yeah, pretty well.
Really nice guy.
Yeah,
really
nice
looking
guy.
forward to working with him.
It's been a successful day so far, but there's still a lot more to cram in before they can get on with preparing for Tim's birthday party tomorrow. A 9.5-hour drive directly south of Tim and Margreeth is the 16th century medieval castle of Château Saint-Ferréol, home to Sophie and James MacDonald.
It does take up more of your life than you might sometimes wish, but it's such a beautiful place. You do have a sort of a protective feeling about it.
It looks a bit of a ruin now. 20 years ago, it was a complete ruin. We'd love to see this place fully restored, and we think we're about halfway through.
Set in the Languedoc region of France, just 25 miles north of the Pyrenees, they're gradually restoring the 30-room castle to its former glory.
It's financial suicide. We are completely crazy, and if we'd ever thought about it, we would not have done it.
To pay for the work, Sophie and James hold fundraising events through their association, the Friends of Saint-Ferréol.
If you're staying for the talk and for the lunch, it will then be 50, both of you.
That's great.
But this year, all other restoration is on hold, as the roof repair has become particularly urgent.
We've been through and we made a little plan of where all the weaknesses are and where the tiles need replacing. And there are leaks there, 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 and one there.
Oh dear.
There are two things that we could do. One is to properly replace the whole of the roof and the top floor, but we're not in a position to do that because we're talking about easily $500,000 to do that. Of course, sometimes we're not here when it rains. The water can come through, not just to the second floor, but the floor below. And eventually, that water is going to rot the woodwork. And so eventually, the floors are going to give way. And so in the meantime, what we have to do is repair. There's no question this work has to be done.
This morning, roofer Dale has arrived to inspect the scale of the damage.
So basically, what is it you're looking to do? Do you just want to stop the leaks?
We've got quite a few leaks coming in, and you can see where they are because there's either a bucket or there's rot on. Look, there's a couple of full buckets over there.
Where we've got a major leak. The old tiles here, they slide down. So then you get water coming in from the top, which will run down here, and it's just eating away at the wood. And then in the long run, if you was to leave that is a fragile part of the roof. If that beam there collapses, it gives way there, then you're looking at serious problems.
Dale confirms Sophie and James's worst fears. It's a big job. The cost? £1,000. They managed to raise nearly £500 from the talk.
Broadly, the cathars are enormously powerful.
And lunch they threw at the Chateau 3 weeks ago. But they need the same again and more.
So it's hugely expensive. Everything doesn't cost 50 quid. It costs a few hundred quid. So the overheads are huge all the time.
So they need to come up with a plan to raise the cash quickly before the winter season starts.
You can really see that that is degenerating, and if we get some snow, we should have an unpleasant surprise one morning.
Yeah.
Château de la Motte-Husson is our home, and we pay for its upkeep and renovation by putting on special events and weddings here.
Kiss your wife.
One thing our guests love is my roast pig, cooked on my very own home-built pig roaster. Today, though, I need to transform it into a chicken rotisserie for an upcoming wedding this weekend. Not everybody wants to have a hog roast, and our next wedding, they want me to do 24 chickens. So, actually, maybe more than 24 in the end, but 24 chickens in here. I'm not going to make another roaster, so this has to be adapted. Somehow I don't think I'm going to get 24 chickens on that. Right. The actual body of the pig roaster is fine. So in my workshop, I'm going to try and convert the spit that skewers the pig into 4 skewers for chickens. The idea is, if I slide a chicken along the post, I put the skewer through one side of the chicken and out the other side of the chicken and hold it in place, which means when the actual post turns, so does the chicken. I've only ever roasted pigs in this, and I'm getting pretty good at that. I'm hoping this will work just as well for chickens. I'm thinking this is going to work. If it doesn't work, that's going to be a pain in the butt, so what I'll have to do is just do it again, do more. But we'll get there. Until it gets me into these things. My answer is no, you're going to have a pig. But nope. After grinding and welding late into the evening, it's finished. The next day, it's time to test my new chicken rotisserie to check if it actually works. Not long to the wedding, so I'm going to be in trouble if it doesn't. Right. Here we go. Whoa. See, doesn't look too bad. In fact, it looks really tasty. Now, we're just going to lift the whole lot out. It's a two-man job tomorrow, definitely. Like I said, they don't look too terrible at all, do they? Right, knife. Skewer. Skewer. Oh, juices, chickens, just like that. Look at this. This is lovely moist chicken. Can you see the moisture on that? Oops, a daisy. Look at that. That's lovely moist chicken. Mm. Mm. Jay, come try some of this. I invite Jay, who's been helping around the chateau, to come over and give his verdict on the chicken. Are you a chicken or are you a breast or a thigh man?
Yeah. Wow, that looks good, isn't it? Wow.
Do you want some breast in or do you want some thigh meat?
Breast would be fine, thanks.
No, be fine or do you prefer breast?
Yeah, I prefer breast.
Try that. I don't know why anybody would have breast instead of thigh, personally.
Oh,
All right?
No, that's lovely. Nice and succulent. Good, you see?
Phew, it works. I hope they appreciate my work at the wedding. As well as doing pigs, we do poultry. And to be fair, anything I can tie to it now is going to be cooked, so I'm very pleased.
Thanks very much.
Work harder.
Yeah.
330 miles southeast of us, almost bang splat in the centre of France, sits the 500-year-old Château de Lalande. It was owned by the same family for more than 250 years, until it was sold to Londoner Stephanie Jarvis, who now runs it as a B&B.
It's pretty idyllic, being able to go for walks in the countryside, and there's a little stream going through the woods, which is really pretty, and there's wood, which is breathtaking. I really like it.
The chateau lies in the Berry region in the heart of rural France. And like any chateau, it costs a packet to run.
The upkeep's pretty high. The main thing is the electricity. That's just hammers us monthly. That really is expensive.
And even though she's done a lot of renovation work, it's by no means finished.
There's all sorts of things that we want to do that we need money for. I don't know if you've seen the list on the blackboard in the kitchen. We'd love a swimming pool in the future. There's all sorts of outbuildings that still need to be redone. Bit by bit, I'd like to make them into gîtes and have everything finished eventually. It's an endless list.
What's more, Stephanie's French mum, Isabel, wants the huge loft to be converted into a self-contained apartment for herself.
Perhaps this corner has a bed area and plenty of cupboards so I can leave my stuff. I have too much stuff, I cannot part with it. And then that would be the lounge area. Easy.
Yeah, it's easy if you've got a spare 100 grand lying around, which Stephanie doesn't. The chateau does bring in some money.
Mainly through workshops and also through chambre d'hôte, B&Bs. The chambre d'hôte is working more and more every year.
But she needs to make more if she wants to carry out those big projects. So she's trying a new enterprise, singles weekends.
This weekend we've got our first ever Club Lalande, which is a new thing we're trying, which is just for people to come and have like old-fashioned country house weekends here. And we're starting it off with a singles one, because I think that singles are more likely to actually go and meet a whole bunch of strangers.
12 tickets have been sold for this weekend's event at £400 a pop. And later this afternoon, 6 single guys and 6 single girls will arrive at Château de Lalande looking to find love.
We're going to really try to do it as it would have been in the past, with big breakfast, picnics on the lawn, games in the afternoon, a big black tie dinner in the evening. So it's all happening now, and it's a first. I have no idea how it's going to go.
Stephanie's top priority this morning is preparing the entertainment.
I'm trying to find things that are just easy and relaxed and fun.
One of the many games planned for the weekend will be an ice cream tasting competition. So Stephanie is mixing up some experimental flavors. She's never done this before.
So I'm making cardamom and vanilla ice cream. I'll never guess that flavor. This is a huge learning curve. I haven't made any of these ice creams before because it has to be slightly unusual flavors. But it's fun. It's fun trying new things.
It's not just the entertainment that's keeping her busy. Over the next 24 hours, Stephanie's got to sort the rooms for the guests and prepare their breakfasts, lunches and dinners all on her own.
There's no way I could afford a cook. It would be quite luxurious to have a cook. But I enjoy it anyway. The thing is that to make sure that I keep on enjoying it, I keep making new things, and that means that I never really know what I'm doing, and so I'm just skirting on the edge of disaster all of the time. Well, it's doing something, so we'll just quietly leave it to get on.
Although this lovely chateau has been updated and modified over the centuries, its oldest wing dates back to about 1490, and it still bears the hallmarks of its original incarnation as a defensive fort.
This is a musket hole, so you just have got enough to shoot at a particular distance. This would have been a covered walkway for the defenders and observation post, so it was pretty defensive, but it was never in a war as such, that I know of, you know.
Back in the kitchen, Stephanie's moved on to her third ice cream flavour combination of goat's cheese and honey.
Goat's cheese is definitely this region's cheese. It looks so yummy. Right, clearing up this mess. I completely forgot the honey. Do you think we've got completely burnt honey now? Whoops! We're definitely going to need to do the honey again. Do you think that looks appetizing for the ice cream? Okay, take 2 on the honey.
Following her setback, Mum Isabel decides to step in and help.
I don't know why you didn't use the mixer.
I do, because I wanted it like this. I wanted it lumpy with bits of chunky bits of goat's cheese in it, yeah. Hello?
It's Charlie, one of the 6 single female guests coming for the weekend.
I'm really sorry. Are you okay, though? Oh, you poor thing.
Poor thing, somebody's not coming.
Okay, well, good luck. I hope you can find another way. Catastrophe has struck. One of the girls didn't make it onto the aeroplane. Maman, we have a bit of a girl situation. Charlie's missed her flight. I'm going to have to step into the dinner to make the numbers right.
With 6 male suitors expecting to meet 6 single females, Stephanie will have to step in to make up the numbers. Could Stephanie herself find love this weekend?
I'm not single, so I can't even.
You would have stepped in otherwise.
I would have stepped in like a shot.
In northern France, to increase their income, Tim and Margreeth are adding weddings to the list of things they offer at their chateau. But that means their plans for an upmarket caravan park are now shelved.
It's beginning to look already a bit like a home, isn't it?
So they're going to keep one of the caravans for themselves and visiting family and friends.
Hello.
Oh, wow. That looks really nice.
It does look nice, doesn't it?
It's great to finally be at the stage where I can put my stuff in and, you know, finish it off. And I've always got very strong ideas about how I want it. So basically, Tim has no say in all this whatsoever. And he knows that. We've been together for so long, he knows that. And
Margreeth leaves him to continue on the caravan while she gets on with another task, creating the promotional photos for the new website to advertise their wedding business.
we decided to just create a few spaces as they would be if there was a wedding here. And so this is the place where they could have, the couple could have their ceremony. I think traditionally a ceremony is under an arch. I'm decorating an arch with some flowers.
Photographer Laura will take shots of model Rosalie in different wedding dresses in various locations throughout the chateau.
So the flowers are from Jess, the florist. She's done a really, really good job. To make up for the fact you haven't actually got a husband. There's no groom involved. You have to rub it in.
Ouch.
We've got 3 wedding dresses in total. Yeah, Yeah, it's really nice seeing this happen today because it makes it all more real. So yeah, everything just comes together more and more.
The last location is the fallen tree at the front of the chateau that Tim thinks provides the perfect photo opportunity.
I knew this would be a good place for a photo shoot. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely.
They're full steam ahead with the new business. With the first wedding booked for next year and the website soon to be launched, they're convinced the future looks bright.
Having to put some decorations up myself, thinking about where can we have the party, where can we have the ceremony. It all falls into place. And so next week I'm going to start with a website, and it definitely feels like I know how it's going to work. It feels like it's all fitting.
With the creative juices flowing, last job of the day is for Margreeth to put her finishing touches on the caravan.
Nearly. It's just a centimetre off the wall on that side. It's lovely. I like it. I paid €2 for it.
You did pay €2. You were down, I'll tell you. €2. It's falling apart.
It's lovely. It's character. I really
Actually, it is
like
great. It is lovely, yeah.
I'm very pleased the way it turned out, and it's just so nice to have this little retreat here, and you know, we can have friends staying here, but it's mostly for ourselves. It's our escape from the chateau.
They've done a lot today, but tomorrow's going to be another busy one. It's Tim's birthday bash.
There's about 60 people coming. There'll be music and great.
Let's hope things don't get too out of hand.
It's utter chaos, to be honest.
A day's drive south of Tim and Margreeth, back at Somferriol, it's been another bad night for the castle's leaking roof.
I went up to have a look if everything was okay, and there was tons and tons of water coming through in a place that I've never seen water before. That kind of thing is really worrying.
The cost of repairing the roof is £1,000. They've got around half of that, so James is pressing ahead with a fundraising walking tour.
Tomorrow we're off to Montségur. It's a good 40 minutes and it's completely isolated. It's up a mountainside. There's no shelter, there's no water, there's no facilities, no loos. And the weather this time of year, normally you'd expect completely clear skies. Fingers crossed for good weather tomorrow.
But when James meets the tour guests the next morning at 9:30, it doesn't look great.
Let's just have a look at the weather and we'll decide if we want to risk it. What does everybody think? Whether it's worth doing? Yeah? Great, excellent. Okay, that's what we like to hear. Let's see.
Luckily for James, the walkers are up for braving the elements. But conditions start to rapidly deteriorate.
Okay, this seems pretty sheltered, so we'll stop here for a minute.
Undeterred, James begins his talk.
The defenders pretty soon realise that they're onto a loser. It takes about 2 months to get up to sort of this level, close enough to build their trebuchets. So now it really is over. There's no point carrying on.
Back in the shelter of the chateau, Sophie waits and wonders if the tour is going okay.
We get donations sometimes, so that can be really important. We've had a donation of €500 this year, which was completely out of the blue, and so it's kind of encouraging. You never really know who's going to have a spare €500.
This rain won't be doing the leaky chateau any good, and with £500 to raise, James certainly won't want to hand out refunds.
And the terms that they arrive at are the terms of the standard surrender ever since Minerve back in 1210. Everybody can go free as long as they adopt the Catholic faith.
But it seems he's keeping the tour group on board right to the end, despite the weather.
All right, I have to get back down and have lunch.
Now James needs to get back and get roofer Dale in quickly so he can repair that leaky roof. Back at Château de la Lalande, most of Stephanie's guests have arrived for the singles event and are mingling on the lawn in front of the chapel.
Would you like some of this? We're ready to go. This is it. The first thing is happening. It's the picnic. and hopefully everyone will get on incredibly well and people will fall madly in love.
One of Stephanie's female guests, Charlie, missed her flight from London and is trying to get on another.
Come and sit down.
So in the meantime, Stephanie's sitting in to make up the numbers.
Youth, love and friendship. Cheers.
Stephanie's got a lot riding on this weekend. There's a long to-do list here, and she's got to bring in cash from events like this to pay for the next phase of renovations.
This is our woodshed, and it's quite a big space, and also the rooms on either side at the top and the bottom aren't used for anything at the moment. So we like to maybe knock through somehow and put a glass front on it, possibly have a very small concert hall or theatre. I know a lot of classical musicians, and it would be just so good to be able to have a proper concert hall here for that.
Back at the party, the singles have assembled in the driveway, ready for a cake baking competition. But it looks like there's a new addition. Charlie, who missed her flight this morning, has finally made it.
Hi, I'm Steph. I'm so glad you made it. I can't believe you made it. So lovely. This is so amazing. Charlie's here. It happened. We have girls and 2 more coming later. It's perfect. And she seems such fun.
Charlie's arrival means that everyone now has a partner for the baking competition.
Excellent.
Why is this so funny?
Stephanie's asked each team to bake a simple Victoria sponge.
The bake-off is hilarious. I think I want to bake off every day now. I'm loving it. I think the teams are bonding pretty well. I see quite a few sparks. We've got champagne. It's a lovely day. It's perfect. I'm happy.
Once the cakes are out,
it's absolutely beautiful.
And the decoration goes on.
Oh, look, you're all sorted.
Some more successfully than others.
It's going to be delicious.
It's time for Isabel and her partner Percy to judge the results.
I must congratulate you on the tidiness of your product. Taste?
Very good, I thought.
8.
It is good. That's marmalade.
It's very romantic, and also you are an optimist. Well done. A sponge pudding.
No, it's not. It's actually got a name.
What you've got to remember is we had fun. We had real fun doing this.
And that is wonderful. We must say thank you very much to all of you. It has been extremely enlightening. I have learned a great deal about cake making, but I would suggest 1 or 2 of you perhaps should give up the idea of opening up a tea shop.
So, first place, gold, goes to Ménage à Trois.
Oh my God.
You have one to share between you for life. Meatless dishes for hay dieters. Congratulations. Well done.
Well done. There is great promise ahead of you.
As the sun begins to set at Château de Lalonde, the guests re-emerge in time for the black tie dinner.
God!
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Nice to see you.
Perfect. Come in, Oliver. We're all here now.
Only time will tell if this magical location is the scene for a budding new romance. At the Alexander's Chateau in Picardy, it's almost party time.
It's the morning of Tim's birthday, and we're trying to get the whole chateau ready for the party tonight. The party became a bit bigger than we anticipated because Tim kept inviting more and more people. So it's becoming quite a huge event, which is great. It's utter chaos, to be honest. But we're having fun. He's very excited because he had presents already and chocolate. And there's all these people here for him, so he's really happy and looking forward to it. What I'm doing now is just making something non-alcoholic for the few people that won't be having wine or bubbles or beer. It's like a watermelon water, and I'm going to make this and also lemon water and cucumber water.
Tim's busy in the chateau's other kitchen, making stuffing for the party's main event, the lamb spit roast.
This is a mixture and a half. We've got the livers and the kidneys, rosemary, thyme, lemon, bread, pepper, salt, onions and garlic, and it's going to fulfill its sheepy destiny.
Looking good to me. In fact, this dish was inspired by their visit to us.
Well, you know, we're doing the méchoui, which is a lamb on a spit. When we were down at Digging Angels, they had a pig roaster, brilliant things, like a little pillar box thing with a door. And I was really going to try and build one of those before today. We decided in the end to get this thing here, which is very simple. It's a box, and you can slide it backwards and forwards, put the lamb on there. I've never done this before. It just looked great. So everyone's looking forward to it. About 60 people coming. There'll be music, and great. I've got this wonderful house. One of the nicest things of it is to have all your friends around and be able to put them up and be able to do this. And you feel very blessed that you've got the opportunity to do it. Yeah!
Well done.
Brilliant, man. That's perfect.
I can almost taste it myself. With a packed chateau of friends, the party's soon in full swing.
So I've got the meat. Meat's ready. Yeah! That used to be a sheep. It's not a guest that didn't pay, OK?
Seeing the chateau in full party mode has Tim and Margreeth feeling optimistic about their plans for holding weddings here.
This is what the wedding's going to be, a bit like this, I think. And everyone's sitting around having fun, enjoying themselves.
Really nice, relaxed atmosphere. Chateau at its best.
Chateau at its best, look.
It's been a life-changing season for Tim, Margreeth and their family. They started out with plans for a luxury caravan site.
I have to say, it's beaten me.
And battled bees to free their holiday homes for co-ownership.
There are a lot more bees than I thought there were.
But ended it with a bold plan to start a wedding business.
Fills us with a lot of optimism. For the first time, we're actually totally comfortable about what's in store for us next year, and I think we're going to be good at it.
You know what? I think they're going to do really well.
Well, thanks again, Dick and Angel, if you're listening. I mean...
Thank you.
Yeah, we're sort of, you know...
We're happy.
We are.
Over 600 miles south, it's a momentous day at Château Saint-Ferréol.
Hi there.
Hi.
How you doing? Okay.
Good to see you, yeah.
Good to see you too.
So, all ready?
All ready, yeah.
Dale the roofer has arrived to fix Sophie and James's leaky roof.
We've now actually got a little bit of a nest egg to do some really significant repairs to the roof. So that's great.
This should stop the leaks permanently. I'm most certainly looking forward to seeing it all done, yeah.
Dale will have his work cut out.
On my first visit, I counted a total of about 15 to 20 leaks. Done a map which will save us time once we're on the roof because you can't really see where the leaks are from the top. You can see them easier from underneath. So basically what we're going to do today is replace any tiles that are broken. These tiles are 200 to 300 years old and they're all made by hand. There are finger marks on them. Normally they'll put on the leg like that and wiped over like that and then put in the oven to cook. Roofing is a dangerous job, especially here we've probably got an 8 to 10 metre drop, so we basically are very concentrated on what we do. And up we go. If we end up standing on the middle here, we'll break the tiles. We have to always walk on the nose of the tiles, which is this part here. The main leakages that we've got on the roof here is because the wind and the weight of the tiles makes them slide down. The reason why we're going to be using this glue is to stop them from sliding. And here we've got the underneath tile, which is the one that carries the most water, has slid down here. So any water that's going to be falling down here is basically just going to fall onto the woodwork here.
But they need to get a move on. With more wet weather due to arrive tonight, he hasn't got a lot of time.
The roof here is about 300 square metres and there's 2 of us to do that, so that's 150 square metres each. And it's going to be a big job, so we're going to have sore arms tonight.
300 miles north at Château de Lalonde, it's the morning after Stephanie's black tie singles night. The guests look tired but happy.
It's sunny and it's beautiful here. So beautiful. What a night.
Yeah, it was eventful.
Tea, I need tea.
So, is there love in the air?
I think last night was extremely eventful, but I don't think it's for me to say anything. Last night was a success beyond my wildest dreams. That was really good. Everyone had such a good time. It was a nice atmosphere. It was a lovely crowd.
The night went so well, they didn't get around to the ice cream tasting. So Stephanie's decided to serve it up for brunch.
That is coffee. No.
Do you want any more clues? Think of crêpe Suzette.
Cinzano.
Nice.
No, but you're on the right line.
Cognac, maybe? Martini.
No. Okay, well, shall I just tell you what?
Yeah.
It's Grand Marnier.
Oh, of course it is.
They're not very good at this. Next one.
I know those.
It's cardamom.
Yes, yes. Whoa, impressive.
Well done. Having successfully pulled off her first singles event, brought in some much-needed renovation money, and possibly kick-started some new romances.
Love has definitely been found, but you need to ask them about it. What happens at Château de Lalande stays at Château de Lalande.
Stephanie's decided her singles parties are a winner.
This weekend's event really helps us because it helps us raise money for things like the concert hall, big projects that we want to do. So I think we'll look at doing this 2 or 3 times a year from now on.
She wants to make them even bigger.
We could go up to maybe 20 people at a time maximum, and I think it would work more often because it's a really fun thing to do to fly out from London and then have a weekend somewhere completely away from your reality, meeting lots of fun people.
Good luck with it all, Stephanie, as Chateau owner and in your new role as Cupid.
It's been hilarious. I haven't stopped laughing the entire time. It's perfect.
Back at Chateau Somferiol, there's also reason to be happy. Dale has finished fixing Sophie and James's roof.
All right, that's it. Should be okay, yeah. Everything's fine. We've found a few more leaks than we expected. I mean, what we've done today is going to be fine. It could keep up for another 3, 4 years, maybe 5. It'll hold up the winter, that's for sure.
James and Sophie couldn't be happier. They started out with a major problem, and they raised the funds to sort it out.
So we did well raising that money. It's been well spent.
Great, we're feeling waterproof. Doesn't matter if it rains for the next few months, we should be all right. It's not fun living in a place where there's water coming in through the roof and getting worse all the time, so that's pretty good.
When you get something really important done, it's a real buzz. And it's such a beautiful place. It's such a beautiful spot.
I couldn't agree more.
One of the highs is just living here. Living somewhere like this is fantastic. But it's just hard work to keep it like this.
And they've still got lots to do.
Eventually, we'd love to see this place fully restored, all of it being used. It would have various apartments, and that would expand the number of events we could do here as well. We think we're about halfway through. We've done about half the work that's necessary.
From one chateau owner to another, I understand your challenges and wish you all the best, James and Sophie.